So, like I've been telling everybody, now we are going to start our, we're starting, I need my measuring, all right, 3 tablespoons. And each time you put it in, you mix it in, but I've learned if you just use regular water, all right, so 1, and I want to mix that. Oh, I just use fork. Same fork I use for the 1, 2. This will help set up the strawberries, okay? So on the strawberry pie, when you do 3 things of cornstarch, I usually use a little bit bigger of a bowl most of the time because I don't want this to get clumpy. I don't want it to get lumpy or anything, but if you do it right, it won't. 1, 2, and 1 more. Now, if you do it when it's on heat, it will clump up. I learned that the hard way, everybody. Okay, so there we go. That's in there. Now I'm going to get this all, so we're going to get it all going. How you guys doing? All right, hit that like button if you like strawberry pies. If you like pies, and tell me what kind of pie you like. Seriously, I'm going to go back here when I'm done, and I'm going to read what everybody said, what their favorite pies and stuff were. And I'm just taking an extra second. I still might get a bigger bowl for this because I don't feel like it's doing what I want it to in there. So let me get a bigger bowl. No. Where's my big bowls? Sorry about that, I got everything. I'm gonna need to get a bigger bowl so I can stir this better. I hate scams. There we go. Okay. It even comes up on my phone, it says scam, so don't answer it, so I don't. So now I'm gonna give this a bigger bowl, okay? And the reason why is because I couldn't get it down there at the bottom. And it's important that this does not clump up, okay? You don't want that to clump up. All right, we're doing good now. So, that being said, next part is, well, that's pretty much, it's the sugar. All right. So now we're going to wait on that. Now the next part is making the cream cheese that goes on the bottom of the crust, okay? So, yep, we're going to take cream cheese now so that we can put it on the bottom, as many crusts as we can. Some people like cream cheese, some people don't. But you mix powdered sugar with cream cheese, okay? But before you do it, you got to soften the cream cheese and wash your hands. Okay, so cream cheese. I'll show you how to do this part. This is the fun part because you can use this on graham crackers and it's really good. Okay, I put it in the microwave for a minute. My helper microwave. All right, and so you take a thing of strawberry gelatin. Now, because they're in the oven right now, is the reason why I'm not starting that water to boil yet. Because I will still have to get those out. I got to put the cream cheese on the crust, and it's a cream cheese and powdered sugar mix. So you got the cream cheese, you got the powdered sugar, okay. And in order to stir this one up, I need a smaller fork when I do this. All right. Doesn't take long for the cream cheese to get hot, okay? Now this is kind of a guesstimate about, kind of how much, how sugary you want. This is also an ice. This can make a pretty good icing too. But you want it to be nice and, okay? So what we're doing now, so this will go over here by the stove because it's about ready to go. And when the pies come out is when we're going to put this all into the pies. But first, I need a spoon. This is powdered sugar, regular powdered sugar, okay? So Add powdered sugar 1 spoonful at a time, depending on, and I'm going to start out with 3 because it depends on how sweet you want it. Okay, and you will have to sample, because if not, you can make it too sweet or not sweet enough, depending on what your tastes are, the taste of the people that are going to eat your pie. So you really want to get in there, okay? And if you can get on there and get this cream cheese in there, did you see the cream cheese? All right. And then, like I said, it will not boil into the strawberry once you put it on, but, no, a little bit more. I'm going to add 3 more. Okay, and the reason why I'm going to add 3 more, now make this your levels, okay? This is when it becomes yours. Just like the crust. Do it your way. Everyone's different. It's never going to be the exact same. For each pie that comes in, it's never going to be the exact same, okay? And if you really, really want to know if this is going to be good, I'm going to show you my trick to seeing if it turned out okay. I'm going to take a strawberry. I'm going to dip it in there. All right. Perfect. You don't want it too strong. You want it to even out with the strawberries. Okay. So, strawberries ready to go. All right. So now, what I'm going to do is I'm going to stick this aside. Okay. All right. So now we're going to set that aside. We got the Jell-O ready to go. All I need is 1 package of Jell-O, all right? And so everything will have to be added at the exact same time. Okay. So now we're ready to go to the stove, okay? And I'm going to take you guys all to the stove with me. Let me turn the camera around first so you can see what we're going to do. Then I'm going to bring you over to the stove. All right. So now you see my stove, where my stove's at, except for the lid. Okay. So we're not using these pans. These pans we'll use for the level. All right. And this was kind of my area for a second. We'll need that because we're going to use this area to put the pie pans at. Okay, we're going to put pies right here in this area. As they come out, we're going to take those 2 things. This one, we're going to put this over here. Okay. And then, I guess I'll put that there. I got a lot of stuff to clean up tonight. All right, pie will go there. That's my cutting board, one of them. And then my other pan. So what we're doing is we have another pie there. All right. So since those are ready to go to put the pies on, we need a spatula to put the other stuff on. We're gonna stir this a little bit more. Now, because we're gonna have the strawberries going in there, I'll bring the strawberries over here because the pies aren't coming out yet. Put the strawberries there because we're gonna need this and it can stay warm. Okay, it's gonna go there. All right, and we need the pie filling. All right, here we go. Turning the water on and to boil. Okay. So now what we're gonna do is we're gonna get this water to boil, and then we're going to add a cup of sugar. All right. Now give me just a second. Yep, everything's right so far. 3 tablespoons. Okay, man, I've been doing this way too much. I got it all down perfectly. Or not perfect. There's nothing. I don't know anything perfect. So what I'm going to do is I need sugar, because when that boils, we need to put sugar in. So now my space over here is nice and warm, so you don't got to worry about anything burning or anything like that. Okay. So that space is all done. And oops, there we are. There we go. So as you can see, we got the strawberries and it's boiling. So we got this pot here. So it's gonna take a second to boil, okay? So while that's boiling, I'm gonna turn the phone back around and re-mirror it on me. But I'll first show you guys what we got going in, and it's all gonna go into this pot, okay? Hey, Millie Jean, how are you doing? All right, flip the camera. trying to flip the camera. All right, there we go. All right. So now I can see if you guys are talking or not and seeing if you guys are asking questions. And I've had some people ask questions, that's why. All right. And I'm not going to be able to answer all your questions. I mean, that's just going to be impossible to do. But I am going to be able to drop my phone a couple times. Okay. Well, one of my phones. All right. So, I put everything else away. Now, most of the time, this here now, what I'm going to do is I'm going to sit there and see if you guys have any questions. Or what do you guys, I'm going to look and see where everybody told me they're from. Hold on, I'm putting the thing up just a little bit higher if it doesn't keep falling down on me. Give me a second. My stand. Gosh dang it. There we go. There. Alright, so I'm not very good with stands, okay? So, got the pot so you can watch what we're doing there. And there. Alright, so I'm going to come down this way and talk to you guys for a second while that's boiling up. Good job. We're done live in 90 minutes. Don't forget to take a break. Okay, encourage more viewers. Come on in and hit that like button up there. We're getting ready to do the strawberry. We may just do this tonight. I can do a lemon at any time, but actually it'll all be ready for the lemon. So the lemon will, you know what? While we're waiting on that to boil, I got an idea. So while we're waiting on that to boil, I will go ahead and start getting the lemon stuff ready. How's that sound? So, if you guys don't mind doing the second pie with me, alright, I will go ahead and start to show you how the lemon meringue. So we're going to get the lemon done out here, but I'm going to have to back it up while that water's boiling. So now we're going to go ahead and get the lemon done. Might as well get that out of the way. You need to do the zest, and I need my cutting board. So, basically, we're going to be doing the zest. This is how you do zest with a lemon, okay? Okay, so for the lemon pie, we're waiting on that water to boil. It's almost ready to boil. Once it boils, we'll get going. But right now, we're going to take a lemon, okay? And we're going to do this with the lemon because the zest is in the peel, okay? The zest is in the peel. Remember that. I know a lot of people, they don't think it, but that's where all your like vitamin C, the most stuff is in the peel. But you don't want too much, otherwise it'll be very, very strong and it won't be very edible, okay? Okay, that's starting to boil. Look at that. Second you do one other thing is when everything else starts, right? And we have just enough zest, so we'll do this in just a second. Let's go ahead and add the sugar. Alrighty. And add the sugar, a little bit more water because as it boils, a lot of it will boil out. Get a wooden spoon so you don't hurt your pans. Alright. And you stir that around really good. Now what I do is I'm going to let this boil now, okay? We're going to let this boil. Alright, so as you can see, I got the sugar in there. Now I'm going to bring you over here so you can see. Alright, so we got the sugar in there now. Hold the phone so I don't drop it in there. So as you can see, it's mixed in. Now we're going to let that boil, okay? And as that boils, I'm going to put that on the top like that. It is a thing. And now we are going, I'm going to let that boil up now, okay? While that boils up, I am going to finish up my zest. So we're going to finish up the zest real quick. Okay. Yep, doing two things at once to make sure we get everything done. I'm gonna make some lemon juice because you want to add the lemon juice. Also, with a lemon pie, you add 3 egg yolks. Okay, that's boiling now. And all right, we got our lemon juice ready for the lemon pie. So that part's ready. We won't have to worry about that till later. Get that here. Wash my hands off, and then we're going to add the next part. Okay. Yep, you're right. Yep, we're going to go ahead and... hey, Lonnie, what's up, my friend? Hey, Nicole, how are you doing, sweetheart? Hey, Cindy, how are you doing today? Make sure to hit that like button and subscribe if you like this. But we're going to go ahead now. Okay, I'm going to stir. It's boiling. You don't want that sugar to burn on the bottom right now. Okay. And if we have to, I'll add another cup of sugar. I shouldn't have to, though. Let me go ahead and we're going to go ahead and add. Make sure that's not sticking anywhere. Okay, here we go. So we're going to go ahead and add this now. Let me get this out of the way. There you go. And we'll move this forward a little bit so you guys can see what I'm doing over here. We're going to go ahead and add now. Okay, we're going to add. I don't want any of that to be. There goes the cornstarch. Now, as soon as you add the cornstarch, you then need to add the Jell-O, okay? The Jell-O mix. Okay, add the Jell-O mix because it's all going to get crazy now. And another one in there. All right, I'm going to use this one. All right, I cleaned it and I need to bring it up here. All right. All right. So now what I'm going to do, it doesn't seem like there's very much. I'm going to bring the camera over there and show you. Yes, let me get this over here because I like this. I got to get this to boil. And on the other hand, you don't want it to boil on the bottom. All right, come on over here and I'll show you guys what it looks like so you guys can get a view of it. Okay, so it's getting done in there. Sorry about that. Let me see here. All right, ready? There you go. So we keep this going. You don't want it to stick on the bottom or anything else. And that we got to get this to boil now. But you also got to keep stirring it because you don't want it to stick on the bottom. And then we're going to add strawberries. And if I have to, I can do this twice. So, and I can always add more sugar and I can add another thing of Jell-O if I want to, okay? So that's what we're doing now. Now we're going to add. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to add it at the top real quick. Okay, so the reason why I'm adding the top is to keep the heat in and to start getting it to come down. Okay, and getting some of my mess cleaned up while that's doing that. All right, now we're going to get the strawberries ready. Yep, I know we're getting strawberries ready. I'm listening. All right, it's ready. So, first set of strawberries, we're going to go ahead and dump in there without letting it boil ourselves to death because that will hurt. Okay, so the first set of strawberries is in. Take a spatula and stir this really, really well. Okay, there we go. Now, if you have to, you can add. I may just do another. I don't know. We'll see. Okay. So now what I do is I got those strawberries in there. Now, as the strawberries soften up, they're going to go down. So the whole point of this is to make sure that those strawberries get soft. They stay big, but they get soft, and then they go down. And so now that I made sure that's on the bottom, I got everything coated. Now what I'm going to do, okay, we are going to now put the lid on for a second. Now I'm thinking I may add one more just while that's going. What we're going to do is, while that's, show you. I don't think I think I've got more strawberry. Like I said, we're gonna make a little bit more cornstarch and add another package of the sugar, so I'm gonna do a little bit more cornstarch, okay? So bear with me while I do this cornstarch real quick, and that should start boiling. When that boils, that's when we're gonna pull everything out of the ovens, which means I have to have everything ready to go over here, and all this other stuff put away for a second, because then we're going to be moving at the speed of light to get stuff done. Because I got to add it very quickly because I got to get the cream cheese on, which will happen. I need a cup of water first. All right. All right, that's clean. Give me a second here. All right, now I can't find mine. Oh, where did I put the, oh, there it is. Duh. Sorry about that, everybody. I gotta get a cup of water here. Okay. We're gonna make some more, and I'll need one more cup of water when that's done so I can get it boiled up with sugar again, because I'm gonna make, I have to do that other bowl. I know. Tell me where you're from and how you're doing today. Hit that like button up there. I want to hear from everybody, please. I'd love to hear from everybody. I need my tablespoon. Okay. I don't want any soap taste or anything like that, even though I'm cleaning everything right now really, really well as I'm doing it. Okay. And we're going to make a little bit more here. Okay. How you been, Lonnie? Lonnie is a great friend of mine. Known him known him for years now. You'd think, I think I've known that since 2014 or something like that. All right. Remember, you still have to be careful with the cornstarch as so not to let it come in, stir it a little bit, make sure nothing is boiling on the bottom. Use a spatula to get the whole bottom because you don't want anything burning on the bottom. Burns on the bottom is not a good thing. All right. Okay. It is the right stuff. One. Gotta do another one. I forgot how many I added now. Dang it. 2. And gotta add one more. And 3. And if somebody says I already added 4, then you should have corrected me because, whoops. Alright, so. And what I'll do is if I have to, I'll take those strawberries, I'll put them in that pan while I get the next set going, which I shouldn't have to do. Alright. Get the other box of strawberry open. And by the way, if you have too much strawberry, you don't have to put it in pies. You can put it in cups. It's just Jello. It just turns to like a Jello form, which is really good also. Okay. All right, we got a minute. I got to take those pies out now. So we got that ready. Got that ready. Got that ready. And I need another cup of sugar because we're gotta add more sugar. So we're gonna add some more sugar. Yeah, that's not enough. I need more sugar. I need sugar, baby. So we're gonna add a little bit more sugar. Well, because you got a cup of sugar, okay? All right, and that should about do it. All right, good. So 1 cup of water, 1 cup of sugar, 1 cup of water, 3 tablespoons of cornstarch. All right, let's take the, now what we're gonna do, we're gonna set that in the middle. We're going to take this here, make sure, because I may have to put the, I don't know how fast I can go. You'll see in just a second. It's going to get kind of crazy. So, get that out of there. I don't want anything burning. Okay. I need another bigger bowl, which is the one, if you remember correctly, we used for making the dough. Okay. But I got more bowls than just that. But now I got to take those pies out. Now it's time to take the pies out. This is going to be a little bit crazy because I need 2 more. There it is. Come here. I need you. Sorry. I need another rack. Okay. I hear you. Put that there. Yep. All right, hot pads. Here we go. What we're gonna do now is we're gonna take out these crusts, okay? And we're gonna put the crust right there. Let's take a look here. Well, how you guys doing in there? Nope. They're not ready yet. Not gonna tell you what I did. So, you wanna know how stupid I am? I forgot to turn the oven on. Yes, I forgot to turn the oven on to get these done, but that'll be all right. They'll be ready here in a minute, which means I'm gonna have to do a different trick, which I've done before. But this is not boiling yet, so once it starts boiling, there it goes. Now I'm gonna show you what this looks like now. Okay. There we are. All right, I'm gonna have to speed that up. I need now. All right. Luckily for me, I've got 2 things of going in there, so we're okay. So when I get these pies out, now let me show you what we got so far. Okay. Let me show you what we got. Tell me that don't look good. Okay. And it's gonna start boiling. And when it boils, we'll be ready to go. So, anyway, what I'm going to do is I'm going to wait for that to boil. And I'm going to then take it out. And then, or I guess I don't know.